It's never too late to start. So start now. The other night I was reading a book, what is it called? Never Too Late by Danielle Steele. And one of the pages stood out to me. For a brief context here about the story, I mean, I'm only on chapter 2, so I'm not that far into it, but the mother is telling the story about her 2 kids. And she's talking about how one of the kids reacts this way, you know, thinks of life in this light, and then the other reacts differently, completely different. Both grown up in similar situations, there are some differences. And I'm going to quote it here. It says, "Her birth father's rejection meant more to her than Andrew's love and her inheritance. It was how she looked at life. She always saw what was missing rather than seeing the blessings she had." Now I'm going to let you think about that for a second. The thoughts that came to me while I was reading that was, one, my own relationship that I have with my father, which is a whole nother story, and that's going to be can be a whole different video if you care to hear about it. But the second part was me in this current moment. I'm at this point where, you know, I was let go from my job and feeling like you're lost, feeling like a loser, like you're not good enough, that there had to have been a reason other than what was going on with the company that they let you go, you know, all of those negative thoughts. It's so hard to see the present moment because we always see the what ifs. We always see well, what if I changed my behavior? Or what if I wasn't so, what if I didn't take anything so personal? If I just didn't give a fuck? We live in these what ifs to try to change the past, but you can't change the past. The past has happened. All you can do now is see the present and how you can make better for the future. I have so much to be grateful for. You know, I'm healthy. I now have this free time that I can work on my photography business. I can work on making videos. I can spend time with my dogs. I mean, Frank definitely needs a lot of attention, and now I have that time to work with him. Everyone wants more time. They want more time to do the things that they want to do because they spend 40 hours a week at their job. They spend so much time at their job that they barely have family time. I mean, think about it. From 9 to 5, you are working for someone else. That's not adding in the driving to get there, the driving to get home, the getting home and wanting to just breathe because you've been so uptight or you know, acting a certain way because you can't necessarily be yourself. And so when you come home, you just want to relax, but you can't because now you have things that you have to do when you get home, such as maybe you have to walk your dogs. And that can seem like a chore because you're not taking a break for yourself. You're not relaxing. And it's hard to relax because you only have 5 to 9 to do the things that you want to do. So walking the dog is a chore. Cooking dinner is a chore. Then by the time you have your alone time or, you know, time to relax, it's time for bed. Then you have to do it all over again. It's such a vicious cycle. And now that I'm talking about it and I'm realizing that, dang, I don't have that anymore. I don't have that negative feeling of okay, yes, I'm working for a paycheck, I'm working to pay my bills, but I'm also losing myself in doing all of this. So while, yes, we can't necessarily see the future, we don't have evidence of what the future may look like, but we do have evidence of the past. You know, we can look back in hindsight. So for me, okay, yes, I did lose my job. Okay, I did feel terrible about it, and I'm still, you know, processing the whole thing and trying to figure out, you know, how can I make money? How can I pay my bills? Like, at least pay my bills. So I do still have those stresses, but I at least know that my mental health is 100% times better than what it was. The thing about looking back and thinking about, like, what if, or, you know, things could have been different, or like thinking of these moments that you could try to change, is that you're not moving forward, which means that you're not growing. And that's a big thing for this week for me, is that I need to start doing the things that are good for my business, that are good for my mental health, that are, you know, good for me, because I know that those things will help me grow, will help me to become a better photographer, to become a better dog mom, to become a better person for myself. Like, I just scheduled a doctor's appointment, an eye doctor's appointment, and a dentist appointment this week, because I need to start taking better care of myself. And all of those things were neglected because I, you know, didn't want to take time off of work, or I didn't want to use my PTO to go to a doctor's appointment. My point is that sometimes a job can take away from you. And if you are feeling this way, where, you know, you're stuck in that 9 to 5, you feel like that's all you can do, or you did lose your job and you don't know what's next. If you are feeling this way, please know that you are not alone, and that I'm right here with you on this same journey. I know that you can get through the uncertainty of right now, and I know that whatever journey that you take, you're going to trust the process. And remember, it's never too late to start.